In the year 1886, Private Edward Rowe volunteered to join the British Army in 1905. He was a keen horseman, and he was conned into joining the East Lancers, as he found himself then subsequently as an infantryman in the East Lancashire Regiment. He kept meticulous diaries of his service as an Irish private soldier during the whole of the First World War, recording his service in France, Gallipoli, Mesopotamia, and Iraq, and they were published in the year 2004. In May, 100 years ago, he returned home to Ireland and got the train here in Dublin to go to Mullingar. He found that the Ireland of 1919 had changed from only a few years before. He wrote, "A parish priest got into my carriage at Kilcock and opened his missal. He never spoke to me, only kept on reading. My dress uniform did not suit his eye." The Ireland of 1919 was deeply divided in a way it had not been when he had departed for the front, and in the words of W.B. Yeats, a terrible beauty had been born. Edward Rowe had, of course, survived what came to be known as the Great War, but there had been roughly 18 million military deaths and 8 million civilian deaths. The 8 books here on this altar have the names of 49,500 people from this island of Ireland who died serving in that war, though the total figure is probably higher. It was on the 17th of July 1919, almost exactly 100 years ago to today, that a meeting was held just across the river from here in the Phoenix Park to discuss for the first time how Ireland's war dead should be remembered. About 100 people attended that meeting, and eventually the plans led, years later, to this Irish National War Memorial. It is true that from every parish, every county, and every city in Ireland, men of different social, political, and religious backgrounds volunteered to serve in that war. And they were volunteers, for wisely though considered, conscription was never introduced in Ireland, and their motives were often different. The 10th and 16th Divisions had recruited from what might be termed the south of Ireland and contained many with Irish nationalist aspirations, while the 36th Ulster Division had recruited from the north and was almost exclusively unionist in outlook. Others, of course, served with great valour at sea and later in the air. The names Mons, Gallipoli, Salonika, the Somme, Jutland, Passchendaele and Ypres mark particularly important landmarks in this conflict, where so many Irish men and also those women serving in a medical capacity saw service. Those of different political and religious traditions served together, and of course, strange friendships and alliances were formed. We are gathered here today to remember those whose lives were lost, but also to remember the consequences for those who were bereaved and those who returned but were damaged either physically or emotionally, or often both.
His Excellency, Mr. Stéphane Crisin, Embassy of France. His Excellency Mr. Leonard Sacco, Embassy of Malta.
How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
His Excellency Mr. Peter Kinzer, Embassy of the Czech Republic.
Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear.
Her Excellency Ms. Yolisa Mayer, Embassy of the Republic of South Africa.
How precious did that grace appear, the hour
Her Excellency Mrs. Dike Potzel, Embassy of Germany.
many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come.
His Excellency Mrs. Laura Orhan, Embassy of the Republic of Turkey.
Be safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
Sergeant First Class Eric Taylor on behalf of the Embassy of the USA Defense Attaché.
1,000 years, bright shining as the sun, with no less days to sing
Mr. John Stewart on behalf of His Excellency Mr. Sandeep Kumar, Ambassador of India. Councillor Adam Teskey, Deputy Mayor of the City and County of Limerick, with Councillor Diana Armstrong, Mayor of Fermanagh and Omagh District Council. Colonel Mark Campbell, CBE, representing Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant of the County Borough of Belfast, Mrs. Fionnuala J. O'Boyle, CBE. Lieutenant General James Bashall, CBE, National President of the Royal British Legion, on behalf of the Royal British Legion. President, the Royal British Legion, Republic of Ireland District, Lieutenant Colonel Ken Martin, and the President of the Royal British Legion, Northern Ireland, Major Philip J. Morrison, MBE, BEM.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them. March off the standards.